Hello everyone, and today we will be talking about mental frames and how to earn mental frames. This should be a shortish video unless I go on a tangent, which I most likely will. But let us begin. So my definition of mental frames is neutral. However, they fear a frame trap or counter hit from a previous frame advantage. You have a tempo, if you will. So if they're thinking if they mash, like do a delayed mash, they're gonna get frame trapped even though the frame advantage has already gone away. It's all in their head and it's all in your head as well. So they could break this whenever they want. They could just throw out a jab and see if they're curious. That's why you see Jins and Kazuya condition their opponent from plus frames from maybe electric, Kazuya CD 1+2, to condition the opponent to frame trap, and then when they respect the frame trap, they could probably do a wave dash mix up, even though they don't have the frame advantage anymore. They could maybe mix up the opponent because they're just focusing on blocking instead of trying to interrupt. And I'll always say this so I don't have to repeat myself about topics that were already discussed. If you haven't watched my counter hit videos or my previous videos, I would watch it because this is more advanced down the line. I would do the fundamentals, counter hit, etc., etc. Let's get back to the topic of discussion. Mental frames can be earned through many ways, such as sidestepping, frame trapping, and crushing. For example, you are poking, and you know your frame, so you sidestep. You see them with a really with punishable move, and you punish them. That could easily make them develop, okay, maybe I shouldn't throw out a mid here, or a linear move, maybe I shouldn't, throw something out, or I'm gonna get stepped and punished or launched, and they're gonna just be like, okay, I'm gonna hold back instead, boom, frame advantage. The frame advantage is gonna fade, it's very quick, they're not gonna be like, oh, frame advantage fade, let me try to take my turn. Because even then, if you have a read, you could just do a counter hit. It's all about timing. Timing is so important, that's why fundamentals is so important. The timing is very hard to do, in my opinion. Like, if you can't teach it, you just have to feel it. But, yeah, you could do this scenario again, and you land it again, do it again, and even after 3 times, I cannot give you a 100% guarantee. However, they should, keyword should, waver just for a little bit for the frame advantage to fade, and you should have mental frames. But if they do not respect, just keep on punishing them and just win. Because some players are unconditionable in the sense that they will lose every interaction, well, not every interaction, but they will lose a lot of interactions that you're clearly just, you know how to win, but they're still like mashing, maybe dig jab, maybe they're trying to hop kick you, or maybe they're just throwing out linear moves and you're sidestepping. But they'll challenge every single time. And for example, I've seen players like hard crouch, that commit to a hard crouch. Like, even though I hit him with so many mids, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw out a low here. Surely this guy is not gonna duck because I've hit him with so many mids, and he's going to die if I don't if I hit him with another mid. But no, some of them just commit to like hard ducks. I'm like, okay, that was a good read. But yeah, you just have to see about that. Disclaimer, like and subscribe, it'll mean a lot. But let's get back to the video. It's all in their heads, like I said, so nothing is stopping a mash unless you read it and act accordingly. Many common scenarios of this is post heat dash on block. Sure, they are +5 or you're +5, but you may not act immediately because you're plus, and they don't want to get frame trapped. So people hold back and boom, mental frames. The frame advantage is expired, but it's all in your head to take your turn. Like, okay, I'm gonna hold back and see what he does. Maybe take my turn after he does it out. I'll move that. Makes me more plus. What I like to do is condition an opponent and then implement a mid/low mix with mental frames. They don't really know what to commit to, so then I can do whatever I want. For example, you know, if the opponent starts like do a fuzzy low parry or just a fuzzy duck, and I throw out a 4-3 at a different timing, I can maybe clip them when they're crouching, launch them for free, and I'm what, -3 on block, so it's still really good. And they don't really know what to commit to. Like maybe I'll throw out a mid here, and then maybe I'll just dash in their face, do nothing, do a low, or grab them. Just make it like a very hard to read. You know, don't do one simple interaction every single time. That's why I said learn your move list. And make sure you're in your frames as well. You don't want to be out of frames because you could get frame trap, or not frame trap, but they could mash you. Those could also be good, just to be hard to read, because people may not just duck, they just hold back. You know, those won't kill you, but a counter hit mid will. But yeah, those could be good. I would focus on command throws. Generic those are only good on, only good if they step, and even then, it's a 1 or 2 break. So yeah, this is when mind games form. As in, will he throw a low out? Will he throw a mid out? Will he throw, you know, a launching low? Or not launching low, launching mid? Will he just throw out a low again, a crush me? What if I get high crush? What if I try to do a move? What if this guy just interrupts my startup? You know, it's a lot of mind games, and the people just don't know what to do. But at the lower level, I wouldn't focus about that. A lot of people just jab, a lot of people just power crush, a lot of people just rage art off rip. You know, they're not getting conditioned because they don't know what's gonna happen. They don't fear it. So I would be more, I would block more. Be careful of panic tools. So don't always smash, even if in a great advantage. If you could get rage art, maybe even they could get a comeback. But yeah, I'll end this video soon, but I'll give you an example. Jin's down for the high crushing low. It's only -1, but it is I-16. They decide to jab since you're a minus, and you just high crush them again with the same move. What's stopping them from doing a down forward 1? If you entered step, you are correct, because you have the frames to step and still have the frames to challenge. So in the fear of getting high crush, they may wait for that frame advantage. Well, it's not frame advantage, but it's mentally frame advantage if they can't jab. And at -1, what else would you decide to down forward 1? Fear another down forward. Or if they don't do a down 4. Or if you do a down 4, you'll interrupt it. The down forward 1. It's the fear of getting high crush. They may wait for the frame situation to change. However, if you have a read on their timing, you counter hit launch and win the game. And if they don't respect it, could sidestep, or you know, crush them, or you know, act accordingly, and just win the interaction and just win the game. Because this game is whoever wins the most interactions wins the game. But like I said, many players at lower levels do not respect mental frames, but crushing them will work just fine. So like doing a lot of down 4s or high crushing, like boom high crush, like they're gonna have to do something else or just eat these high crushes for free. If you have a high crush low, you know, boom, there you go. And lastly, if you find yourself unable to improve, there are many things you can do in this game. All the things I've said in my videos you could probably improve. If you haven't watched them, I would. Let's start with fundamentals, with block punishment, spacing, poking, just basic. If you could polish those to the maximum, you could easily win. This game is less about counter hits, more about poking. Counter hits shouldn't happen too often, because what, 2 counter hits should probably end the round in your favor if you land them. But anyways, maybe you're not too much at minus. Maybe you don't implement a mid-low mix. Maybe you don't use enough throws. Maybe you can't break a throw. Maybe you haven't high crushed when they're taking a lot of jabs. So that's just knowledge checks, and you know, this game is all about knowledge. Replay system is phenomenal. Please use it if you have not. Tips I would use for My bad, the recording stopped. The sleep mode. What was his name? Oh yeah, replay mode. Take control of your character and then just block maybe the move, maybe step after the move. You know, do something different. Learn what to do. Because sure, there's a lot of options you could do in this game, but once you know what you could do against certain players, like oh maybe this guy likes doing this and to straight this, you know, if you learn how to beat that, you could beat every player doing that. Unless you know some moves maybe tracked, some moves delayed timing, whatever, whatever. But it still helps you improve. So please use it if you want to improve. Seriously. Tekken 7 there was not a replay mode. So it was really hard to learn, really hard to pick up, really hard to see where your mistakes were, unless you know about the game, where to record it and maybe go back. But I don't know, there was a replay mode, but there wasn't take control of stuff. So you would have to like lab like every single thing that's recorded and then do maybe this, but maybe like it's just too many factors. But this game you can literally go into the game live, take control of your character and see what you could have did differently. Instead of, you know, just labbing the situation, you can take a mindless spot, you can do it against this player, you know? It's just really, really good. Really good. So yeah, you may just lack a game plan. And what is a game plan, you may ask? Well, what do you want to accomplish in a match? What do you want to accomplish? If your answer is win, well, how do you want to win? You know, what are you doing to win? And if you're not winning, what are you going to change this to? Surely you're not going to just do the same thing until you actually win, because that is not going to help. That is just, you know, running your head into a wall, not improving. You have to change something. There's so many factors in this game that you could change, and you know, once you realize that, the more you add, the more harder it becomes to beat you, because many of these players do not have all these things. Don't get me wrong, you don't need all of them, but the more you polish, the more you beat your opponents, you know, the more things you have, they'll need more things to beat you. Because if they only have like top tier fundamentals, but you also have top tier fundamentals and, you know, throw breaks and, you know, just really good frame knowledge of the situation, you'll just naturally win because it's knowledge checks. But anyways, my game plan is to poke the opponent, sidestep the to mash, and then launch them. Focus on punishing in whiffs and punish them accordingly. And sometimes you need to change in your game plan. For example, maybe you need to duck the string instead of punishing, because the person doesn't throw out many punishable moves or whiff much. So you deduct the string and then launch them. With that, they will continue their offense. And we need to frame trap more in your frames because they don't fear anything. The cast is very diverse. We're trying implementing different strategies to win. However, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.